What would happen if the Earth lost its gravity for just one day? It's a thought that may have crossed your mind. Gravity, that invisible force that keeps us rooted to the ground, is a crucial part of our everyday lives. It dictates everything from the way we walk to the way rain falls from the sky. But what if, for a mere 24 hours, it vanished? The world as we know it would shift dramatically. The consequences, as you might imagine, would be far from ordinary. But before we dive into the chaos, it's crucial to understand what gravity really is. Gravity, in the simplest of terms, is a force that pulls. It's like that friend who insists on a group selfie, drawing everyone closer. Except in this case, it's not just people, but every single object in the universe that is being pulled towards each other. The bigger the object, the stronger the pull. This invisible force is the reason why when you drop an apple, it falls to the ground instead of floating away. It's why we walk on the Earth's surface, not drift around in mid-air. It's why our planet orbits the sun, and why the moon orbits us. Gravity is the cosmic glue that holds our universe together. Without it, our world as we know it would cease to exist. In the realm of physics, Sir Isaac Newton was the first to give us a mathematical understanding of gravity. He proposed that every particle of matter in the universe attracts every other particle with a force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. In layman's terms, this means that the force of gravity decreases as objects get further apart and increases as they get closer together. It also means that larger objects have a stronger gravitational pull than smaller ones. Later, Albert Einstein took our understanding of gravity a step further with his theory of general relativity. He proposed that gravity is not just a force, but a curvature in space-time caused by mass and energy. So gravity, this invisible force, is the tether that keeps us grounded, the hand that holds our world together. It shapes our universe, guides our planets in their celestial dance, and allows life as we know it to exist. So, with gravity playing such a vital role, its disappearance, even for a day, would have profound effects. Imagine waking up one morning and finding that gravity has taken a day off. A world without gravity isn't just a scene from a science fiction novel. It's an intriguing thought experiment that can help us appreciate the force that keeps our feet firmly planted on the ground. Now let's take a moment to picture the immediate effects of gravity's sudden disappearance. Firstly, everything not tied down would start floating. Yes, that includes you. You'd be as weightless as an astronaut in space. Just think about trying to navigate through your home without the familiar pull of gravity. Eating breakfast, brushing your teeth, even just getting out of bed would become quite an adventure. But it's not just about us. Our entire world would be in a state of disarray. Cars and bikes would lose their grip on the road, and airplanes in the sky would lose the very force that keeps them aloft. Now imagine the oceans. Without gravity, the water wouldn't stay put. It would rise into the atmosphere, transforming our planet into a giant floating water bubble. And let's not forget about our beloved pets. Cats, known for always landing on their feet, would be spinning in midair, while dogs might find the concept of fetching a little more challenging without the ground to run on. Our world would become a chaotic ballet of floating objects and creatures. The mundane would become extraordinary, and the ordinary rules we live by would be turned upside down. But here's the real kicker. Our planet itself relies on gravity. Without it, Earth would start to lose its spherical shape, gradually spreading out into space. And as the world spreads out, the atmosphere we rely on for breathing would be lost to space, leaving us gasping for air. But that's not all. The loss of gravity would have even more severe implications. Now let's look further into the future of our day without gravity. Imagine this, a world where our blue and green planet grows a little bit more blue each day. This isn't a result of some cosmic paint job, but rather the Earth's atmosphere slowly beginning to leak into the endless expanse of space. Without gravity's firm grip, our atmosphere, the very air we breathe, would start to escape. Initially, this would be a slow process. The lighter gases like hydrogen and helium would be the first to venture into the cosmos. But as the day progresses, even the heavier gases that make up our breathable air, like oxygen and nitrogen, would begin to drift away. This is not a scenario where we can simply open a window and let fresh air in. Once it's gone for good. At the same time, another transformation would be taking place. Our familiar spherical Earth would start to lose its shape. You see, gravity isn't just the force that keeps us grounded, it's also the force that has shaped our planet into a sphere over billions of years. Remove that force, even for a day, and Earth would gradually start to flatten out. Mountains would rise, valleys would deepen, and our world map would need a serious redraw. And what about our oceans? Without gravity, the water that covers more than 2/3 of our planet would also start to float away. The oceans would thin out, leaving behind a barren, waterless landscape. Marine life as we know it would cease to exist, and the overall impact on our planet's biodiversity would be catastrophic. In this gravity-free scenario, the Earth's rotation would also be affected. Our 24-hour day could stretch out, leading to longer periods of darkness and light. This in turn could cause drastic changes in temperatures, making our planet alternately too hot or too cold for life as we know it. And as if that wasn't bad enough, there's one more major consequence we need to consider. Imagine, after 24 hours of chaos, gravity suddenly returns. A world without gravity for a day might seem like an exciting concept, but the return of gravity would be far from a joyous event. It would be a moment of reckoning, a moment of destruction on a scale we've never seen before. Let's consider this. Everything that had floated away, from the smallest pebble to the largest skyscraper, would come crashing down. The force of gravity, merciless and unyielding, would pull everything back towards the Earth's center. The impact would be unimaginable. Think about the countless objects that would have floated away. Cars, trees, houses, even bodies of water. Now picture them all falling down at once. The resulting impact would create shock waves that could level entire cities. It would be as if multiple meteorites were striking the Earth simultaneously. And it's not just the physical destruction we'd have to worry about. The atmosphere, having expanded without the force of gravity to keep it in check, would suddenly contract. This rapid change could lead to extreme weather conditions. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and storms unlike anything we've ever experienced. The return of gravity would also have catastrophic effects on the human body. During the gravity-free period, our bodies would have adapted to a weightless environment. The sudden reintroduction of gravity could cause severe physical trauma. Our bodies, having gotten used to floating, would struggle to adapt to the sudden weight. It could lead to bone fractures, internal injuries, and other serious health complications. This scenario also raises several questions about the survival of various species. Animals and plants that had adapted to a day without gravity would face a harsh reality upon its return. The survival of the fittest would be put to the ultimate test. So, as you can see, a day without gravity would be anything but a day off. The chaos of gravity's return would overshadow the brief period of weightless wonder, leaving us with a world in ruins. It's a sobering reminder of how vital gravity is to our existence and the delicate balance of life on Earth. While it's an intriguing thought experiment, the reality of a gravity-free day is far from pleasant. We've journeyed through the depths of understanding gravity, imagined the chaos of a world without it, and pondered the long-term effects. We even considered the aftermath of gravity's return.